20th Century Boys by Naoki Urasawa. This is 11 volume edition. On English, this is called the Perfect Edition. It is published by Viz Media. And also there's a book called, a 12 book called 21st Century Boys. This is a manga by Naoki Urasawa. He's the creator of Monster and Pluto. And that's it. I like it a lot. I like a lot about this edition. This is the Spanish one, and that it is on a Kansenban size, because there are a lot of panels on a lot of these pages. So to be able to see the drawings bigger is good. Also, I really like that they keep the Japanese to the sound effects and some signs, and the translation is there real small. Also, what I really like about this is that whenever someone is singing a song that is a real song, there's some footnotes to them. For example, here, when they are talking about some genre of music genres or magazines that are real magazines from the 60s, or songs, I made a playlist. It is on the description down below. So now, what's 20th Century Boys about? It's a sci-fi story, supposedly sci-fi, because if you just have read this first volume, it isn't really sci-fi yet. And it's about this character called Kenji, and he's on 1997, and he's in charge of this liquor store with his mom at his 30s, and he's taking care of this child, Kana, who is the baby girl, the daughter of is his niece. One day his sister came back and leave her with them and disappear. And that's one of the mysteries, and this volume doesn't solve, but gets a little more deeper on that mystery at the end about Kenji's sister. The plot of the book is pretty childish, it's like a shonen, and that's not that's on purpose, because the story is basically that Kenji is like a slice of life at first, about Kenji's life, and on the background we have all these people, these killings with a virus that sucks all your blood from your body, and this organization is using a logo. It's like a cult, and some guy here, for example, levitates. The leader, who is called a friend, and they use this logo. And this logo is a logo that Kenji and his friends, childhood friends, created when they were kids. And that's the plot, basically. We have this organization, this cult. The leader is friend. We don't know who friend is. That's one of the mysteries who friend is. And but the story at first, is like it jumps between times, between the 60s and 70s to 1997, where Kenji is slowly remembering stuff and taking notice of what's really happening in this organization, and they have, well, they don't have to stop it, but he starts investigating at some point, when he discovers that a friend of his childhood is dead now, and this friend wrote him a letter, and this letter has symbol, so that makes Kenji, gives him, like the edge to start investigating, and now it's more like Monster, where Kenji is investigating, what's happening. We have a lot of flashbacks. That's some of the cool parts for me, then they are really entertaining. Sometimes they are really self-contained. So you can read these really slowly and a slow pace. If you read this like it is a slice of life manga, for example, series, one adventure at a time, you will the reading experience will be even more worth it, I think, because sometimes the story takes some jumps. You're reading about something, and the next episode is another character you're introduced. For example, this fan, he's a really fanatic of this cult of a friend, and you get introduced to him. Sometimes Kenji doesn't really appear, or he isn't really the protagonist of the episode, the chapter. So it's better if you read this, from time to time. Again, that's the main first arc, I would say. Like Kenji discovering stuff, digging up his past, remembering things with his friends. I say friend a lot, but the word is mentioned a lot. Also, we discovered that there was a girl on the group. This group of friends, it is always getting bigger as you keep reading. We have some deviations, like some branchings, like for example, a detective who is investigating this cult. This also some lawyers who are fighting against this friend organization. There are some kids that we know of them because of the flashbacks, but on the present they do not appear, so maybe there are even more mysteries with that. When getting introduced to characters like this one, this is a homeless person who is also like a psychic, or something like that. He can see the future or feel it. We get like Kiriko. This is Kenji's sister. Her relationship with his brother. It's an important central part to the plot. Well, we got a lot of mysteries. For example, Kenji thinks someone killed Donkey, who is this childhood friend who is dead now, instead of a suicide. For example, that mystery is solved on this book. It is solved on this first volume. So the series, for example, we don't know who friend is, and maybe it will be revealed at some point, or maybe it will be revealed at the end of the whole series. I don't know, but the series doesn't really focus all the time on that plot. Like it branches out, take some uh, secondary stories, and sometimes a lot of mysteries. For example, we have here presented a mystery about what happened when they were kids at the science lab one night. They think they saw a ghost. That's a mystery that it isn't solved on this volume, but and then the mystery of Kenji's sister and a lot more. But there are some mysteries that are solved. For example, who killed? That this first half, the first volume, original volume, is dedicated almost to discover who killed Donkey, or if he was killed. And when you end the second volume, you find out what really happened. I would say this one is more like an introduction. Like it takes Kenji from knowing nothing to having to decide if he will be like the savior of the world. That's it. I really recommend it. I really recommend it to take your time with this, to fully enjoy it. Like stop at all these details that has like the songs, the posters, a lot of details that I think make this manga really worth it. It's for me at this point is like Naoki Urasawa have a thought that was like, what if I take all these child stories? Because yeah, that's what really happened here. What we have here is that Kenji and his friends they wrote a book, the book of prophecies, and this book says that some things will happen, and that stuff is happening, and probably because this friend organization is doing it. So a lot of stuff that happens is really like it was written by a child, a shonen, an old shonen, giant robots, laser guns, and it feels stupid, it sounds stupid, and it is stupid. And again, it's because it's all based on things they wrote when they were childs. So I would say if Monster was like he trying to do a European thriller detective story, Pluto was like he liked Astro Boy as a boy, and he got the opportunity to retell story about Astro Boy. This is him at a point where he's really good at telling stories. This was post Monster. He's taking all these influences, the things he liked when he was a child, and trying to tell them on an adult world in a realistic way. For me, that's what 20th Century Boys is trying to be, telling stupid stuff, stupid kid stuff, because you like it, but in a realistic manner. Being, like lived by adults. So again, recommended at least at this point. Let's see how it goes on.